Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Power and Science of Money podcast. Hold up, I got something I need to turn off because I'm hearing myself twice and I don't want to hear that. Okay, off. Okay, good to go. All right, there we go. There we go. I don't hear myself twice. Now, back at it again. This time it's live. We're not cutting it off. My name is King Freeze, and this is the Power and Science of Money podcast. For those that don't know, I've already had started episodes on Instagram already and YouTube. I got about 6 episodes already up, so make sure that you go check me out on YouTube and Instagram. The name of the channel is The Power and Science of Money. If you want to know why it's named that, go to those channels. I explain in episode 1 so you will fully understand. And if you can't follow everything I'm saying today, I promise that if you check out episode 1 through 6 or 1 through 5, not sure which one we're on right now, you will fully understand today's conversation, but don't let that stop you. This is the first live show, by the way. I've never gone live before, so this is the first time I have a new program that allows me to interact with the crowd. So when you out there, when you make a comment, I can actually see what you say. So make sure that you interact with me because I want to have some fun out here. I can also interview people. So if you want to try to test that out, if you're not shy, you might as well just jump on in and let's do this thing together. Now, what are we talking about today? We're talking about opportunity cost, and everything I talk about is related to money. Now, when you have something called opportunity cost, that means that you opt to do something else rather than something else. So you choose A over B. Now, when you choose A over B, you're either doing some self good or you're doing some self harm. It all depends. Now, when it comes to money, it's very important that you understand the opportunity cost. So, for an example, let's say that you want to buy a new computer. You don't really need the new computer. You just want the new computer because it's the latest and it's the hottest thing. Now, the new computer costs $1,500, right? So, that's option A. Option B would be to invest that $1,500 into something that grows over with 10% at the minimum every year, and hopefully in the next 5 years that money be worth some more. So off to the side, I have a finance calculator. I can't really show y'all what I'm doing right now, but let's say the scenario is you're investing for 5 years, $1,500, earning 10% every year. Now, what would that $1,500 be in 5 years? In 5 years, that $1,500 will be $2,400. That's almost double your money in 1 year. In 5 years. So, but that's just letting the 1,500 sit there and earn 10% every year. Now, let's say you decided that you're going to put money on top of that 1,500. Now, let's say that you want to add $100 every month. So let's say that's $1,200 a year, right? So let's throw that into the calculator. 1,200. Calculate. That means in 5 years you would have turned that 1,500 into $9,741.89, almost $10,000 in 5 years. In 5 years, and that's just off of one opportunity that you decided to invest rather than buy that computer. Now, we have these opportunity costs every single day. That example was $1,500, but it could be anything as small as $10 a day, $20 a day. So like for me, for an example, I went on a diet like last year, so I started not eating as much as I used to. But what did I do with that extra income that I saved from not eating as much as I used to? I started investing that as well. I just put that into, one of my mutual funds, one of my stocks companies that I'm interested in that I believe is going to earn me 10% or more in the next couple of years. So by doing that, I've turned that opportunity into a gain. Now, a lot of us like to sit on our money and just keep it in the bank, or they're scared of the market. You cannot be scared of the market. If you're scared of the market, just put your stuff into something like an index. An index fund is something that follows like the top 400 or 500 Fortune 500 companies. Now, that's going to gain, better it's going to gain better interest than it would be if it were to sit in your bank account. And we put we always give out a big, we shout out the horns for that one right there, because anytime we get gains, we want to shout out the horns. And, you have to be aware of that. So you always want to put your money into investments that You put it in there, and then you never have to really look at it again, because we're trying to plan for retirement. So every time that we're out here making these opportunity cost and opportunity loss decisions, we're thinking about the future. We're thinking about retirement. We're thinking about how much that money will be in the future. So the same scenario we just talked about, putting $1,500 into an account that earned 10% interest every year, and we threw $1,200 on top of it every year, and in 5 years it would have turned into $10,000, almost $10,000. Now let's say that you plan on retiring at 65 and you're 20. Don't make me do math out loud. I hate doing math out loud. So let's let's pull out a calculator so I don't embarrass myself. So let's say you are 20 years old and you're going to retire at 65. That's 45 years from now. So same scenario, we're just going to change the 5 years to 45 and see what we come up with. 45, calculate. That comes out to $972,021 in 45 years. You're almost a millionaire. You retire with almost $1 million in your bank account. If at 20 years old you decided to take that $1,500 and instead of buying a new iPhone or computer or whatever it is for $1,500, you decided to invest that into the market at 10%, and you grew it over the next 45 years just by adding $1,200 to it every year. By the time that you're 65, you would have $972 and I can't even talk. $972,000 in your bank account at the age of 65 when you're ready to retire. And like I said, that's just thinking about the opportunity cost and loss of one purchase. We do this every day. We do this every day when you buy Gucci bags, Jordans, anything of high value and expense that loses value almost immediately as you buy it. The resale value of that computer, let's say you bought that computer, in about 5 years, you're not going to be able to sell it for $1,500. It's old now. You're going to get far less than that. So it's a depreciating value. We want to make sure that we're spending our money on appreciating values, items, and assets. Why? Because money doesn't need to sleep. Money can work all day and day. You need to sleep. So therefore, you're minimizing how much money that you can make within the 24 hours. But money is working around the clock all day, in day. Whether that's gold, whether that's investments in mutual funds and stocks, whether that's cryptocurrency, or whatever it is that you choose to invest in, you need to make sure that it's growing in your best interest. And it's, in my opinion, I invest in things that I don't really have to sit there and watch all day and day, because I don't have that kind of time. So most of my investments, I look and I know which ones that I like. I study the companies. I understand the companies. I see that they have a long lane or long path to growth. So I sit there and I watch those and I throw my money into those companies. And over the last couple of years, they have grown exponentially, far more than the 10% that I'm throwing out in this scenario. And that's just me. There are other people that trade better than me, or not trade better than me, invest better than me. So I want you to be that kind of person. So you need to study on the companies that you invest in. Are they here? Are they relatively new? Do they have a long runway to doing bigger things in the future? Or is it a company that's just going to be hot for a little bit and then, maybe you have to step out after that? But I prefer to stay in the companies that I know are going to be around for years and years and years and years to come, because that's going to be more money generated for myself, more money generated for my family, and it's going to sit me better at retirement. So these are the small little things that we need to think about it every single day. But anyway, make sure that y'all all go to my channel and y'all hit that like button, and make sure that y'all subscribe. Oh, wait, who is this right here? Let's see. Somebody's on my page. See, this is another thing I can do. Look at that. Want to become famous? Buy and follow like. This guy's trying to get me to buy and follow likes on Twitch. Oh man, yeah, I just put you on blast, man. See, that's one little fun thing about this thing. I can actually see what everyone is saying in all the other social medias. Depending on where you watching me at, I can share that with you as well. Right now, I'm streaming on Facebook. I'm streaming on YouTube. I'm streaming on Twitch. I'm all over the place, and then I'm going to upload this episode to Instagram so you can check that out. And you can find all my channels, as I said before, under the Power and Science of Money. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook under those three things. So, like I said before, I'm going to be going live more frequently, more often, and I hope that you all come out and join me on this journey. And if you have questions, please reach out to your boy because I'm here for you, and I hope that you're here for me. I'm hope we're here to help each other. So until next time, this has been King Freeze, and until next time, peace.